Good morning, people. In fact, it is just about midday. I've been away and had a haircut. Not a wise move. God, it's cold. I don't have much hair anyway, but when you get rid of a little bit more, yeah, you feel it. Woolly hat material, that is for certain. Right. This is the kind of like the follow-up to the previous video, and the previous video was made, it was a Dave's Diary entry, but it was made in SketchUp. And I was talking about the options that I had looked at to get to the point where I can mount the router lift into the dimensioning router setup. And in doing so, I settled in my mind a way forward to mount it in the dimensioning router setup, and maybe, just maybe, in the router station itself. Yesterday I spent a little bit of time talking to the resellers of the router lift because I wanted to get another set of the corner feet which mount it, and the router lift itself adjusts off. So I needed another set of these so I could put it into the dimensioning router. That way I can use the one router lift in two different locations, making it very, very much cheaper than having to buy another one of these. Now, if I didn't have to pay the freight on it, which was a big chunk of the cost, I might buy a second one. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, don't have to. Now, I also looked at how that mounting could be done easier, because I'd contemplated, in fact I'll just get rid of a couple of these things to stop to show what we're talking about, but I was going to put and still will be putting a plate that's a little bit bigger than put it this way, these hang out about 400. Roundabout, and so too will the new plate, but it will be one piece, and it will be one piece with a supporting, thickening underneath to make it stronger, because this is quite heavy, and I think having the 36mm panel would be a good idea. Now, so still with that weight there and all this added onto it, I was going to put wings that fold out, which are attached to the cabinet itself and can fold flat when not in use, but can swing out to support the underneath, from underneath the panel that I'll be putting on top. However, I started thinking, if I'm able to mount this not in a separate panel that is underneath, but the actual base layer of the work surface itself. So the Sketchy Builder pads are made up of two layers. The top layer runs this way in strips, and then the base layer, the bottom layer, runs this way. In fact, they're 2.4 long, and they're made up of a 300, a 400, and a 300 wide strip. If I can mount this directly into that base layer, that means I can forego the requirement of that lower layer to mount this, because after all, anyway, so hopefully you get that idea, and if you can't, go have a look at the other video. That will hopefully confuse you less. So if I can reduce this down, the opening's about 300, I can come back in here about 15 millimeters. 20 millimeters would be rather tight, still doable. Maybe I do that, but I can reduce the hole down quite a bit, and I'll reduce it down to the maximum that's practical, just to give it more stability to the panel. Anyway, if I do that, I can come in at about 15 millimeters there, 15 millimeters, 15 or 20, hang on, where's the tape measure? There it is. How far is it in there? It's about 19 millimeters. So if I came in 15, if I come in 15 each way, maybe 20, 25 on this side. We'll see. Excuse me. And I could leave the corners in the custom wood as well. That means it replaces these. I won't need these in the new setup, to the point that I wonder whether I even will include them when I go to mount it in the permanent position, or the more usual position of the router station. So I'm quite pleased that the conversation with the resellers the other day didn't have me just pushing the button and paying the money for a new set of feet, which, I'm glad I didn't do that. So that's going to be a subject for some thought later on. Can't do it, unfortunately, for the job I'm doing now. I'm not going to delay it anymore, and besides which, I don't actually have a router for this router lift. Well, I do. I have the Palm router that could go in there, but not going to be using it just for this job. We've got the adapter on the off chance that I do use it at some stage. Anyway, that means a router in here can be, the whole router and lift can be plucked out at the short notice and put back into its normal position, or vice versa, you would say. From its normal position, it could be plucked out and mounted into the end of the work surface here, for the very job that I'm about to start doing now for all of these panels, and that's just trimming them down to their final absolute sizes and ready for edge banding, which the edge banding will be arriving in the next couple of days. Now that posed a question. David, there's a lot of edge banding, and do I really want to do it the way I've done it previously? And the answer is hell no, because that was a case of balancing and clamping, and it was just the whole process is very unattractive to me, especially with the quantity that I've got. Now, the other thing, there's nothing particularly new, but it is in addition to what we're doing here, is let's make a little bit of a gizmo that can pin to the work surface through, just the bench dogs, and have a panel that can come down and attach to it, or they can be attached, they'll be detachable, that comes down here, that itself has holes in it for the bench dogs to then support the edge of the panel, so that I can drop the panel down onto those pins, supports it, and I can just clamp it back to the work surface. That's easy to do. Zip zap, put the edge banding on, next unit please. So that could be a little bit of a feature, and this is where I was making the comment that the other day, if you're watching any of the videos, lucky you if you were, luckier you if you weren't. Anyway, small joke. The whole approach to what I'm using, I'm going to start calling SBS, the Sketchy Builder System. And I'm not saying, hey, look at me, I've created an alternative to the MTF approach to think. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that the approach using the two layers of pads and the parallel arm and the tapering jig and the system over here for half laps is all part of a system. And the system is using the MFT style of approach, but because we're using 100mm spacings, I can't really call it, in my mind at least, an MFT top. So MFT style, yeah, so I might as well just call it whatever I bloody well like, and I'm going to call it the SBS. So Sketchy Builder System. And it allows me to add things to it to make it a more complete, system. bit like Ron Polk, he's got an absolutely brilliant approach to the work surfaces and what can be added and not. So I'm not doing anything particularly new, but then I'm doing something different. Same but different, or in some cases, completely different. Now, I like Ron because of his... He just seems to be a nice, genuine guy, and I like how he's developed his system over the years of adding this and making it more functional and changing the, how it's a torsional box system. Not that I want to do that, because it's a different setup altogether, but having the two layers does afford me a certain amount of flexibility and capability. In some cases, it's nowhere near as good. Others, I think, it is equally as good and, as I say, flexible. And what I'm doing here is nothing particularly new. It's just that it can be used in conjunction with what I've got here. It could well be that a panel used here is taken out and used here, part of a system. Just looking as I talk. Well, there's a panel, for instance, that could be used in this position here to take the panels to be each bend. Or I make narrow pieces like this that are expressly able to be located in different positions for different length or size panels. So while it might be suitable for, bouncing around the ideas, that might be suitable for making a smallish panel. If I wanted to do a long one, I'd need a second one. So let's make a smaller, as in narrower, unit and make two of them. One can be placed here, one can be placed there. It can support whatever length panel. Way to the races. The idea too is to make sure that the height is somewhat compensatable for the undulations of the floor, because as I have noticed, when I start to move my units around, despite the strength of them, they flex. How they flex I don't know, or maybe it's just my observations, but sometimes they flex. Just letting you know. So it shows you how far out the some of the floor is. The new workshop probably won't be so far out of level. Anyway, that means that when I put the leg down, I need to have an adjustable foot just to make sure it can take up any undulations, as we refer to. So, yeah. I think that'll work, don't you reckon? Couple of holes, tie them together, make an L shape, tie them to the workbench, pin in the side, panel sitting down on it, zippy zappy with the old iron. Still going to be doing it that way, unfortunately. But yeah, so that'll be part of the SBS. Yeah, I was going to come up with some other name, but SBS is the only one I can come up with, a Sketchy Builder system. So, yeah, to retain the channel's name, Sketchy Builder. Ha ha ha. Yeah. People ask me, well, why on earth did you call it that? And I go, well, because I do the SketchUp drawing. Oh, I see. Don't you realise what it also means? I'm going, oh yeah, I certainly do. But yeah, that's the name of it, and I'll live with it. There you go. Right. Well, I better go and do something, hadn't I? So what's the next thing on the list to do? Actually, I might do those legs, because until I've got those, even if I dimension down these panels, I still need to have them the next stage ready. So I might as well get all the components ready to go. Okay, well, that's a done deal. I'll go and do that then. Rightio. I'll leave you alone now, and I'll go away and get some work done. Right, we'll see you later now. Bye.